Welcome to All Pro Racing, Talladega Super Speedway. Partly cloudy, 65 degrees, no winds, relative humidity 55%. We're all set up for open qualifying here at Talladega for All Pro Racing on our Super Speedway Series. Cash to the winner. As the trucks roll out for qualifying, they'll quickly try to pair up here. Right off the bat, we got the 3 and the 20 to working together. Jared Cups and the Fanatic 20 machine pushing on Jonas Hankins from All Pro Racing, driving new colors this week, the Nesquik Chevy Silverado, chocolate. So had a good run and picked up a sponsor, I guess. Right behind them running is the 51 of Dustin Lee, 68 of Damon Gilbert. Damon Gilbert, the 68, sporting new colors. I was around last night listening to these guys work on this paint. Kart City. Kart City Performance at kartcityperformance.com. Oh, and there goes Damon Gilbert into the wall. Not sure what happened there. The times are starting to roll in. Part-timer with All Pro Racing, Donald King, slotted in second with the 52.4, but sitting on the provisional pole, Stephen Hendren. Oh, actually just got bumped down. A bunch of people crossing the line here. Now it's Josh Click on the pole with Nick Reynolds, 52.05. So just like that, King went from first to fifth. Doesn't take much. 16 minutes to go in qualifying. And now Stephen Hendren is taking the pole. Working with Jeremy Crandall from Bark Racing. 51.64 for that pair. Nice run. They got a good 4 tenths on the third and fourth place guys there. A bunch of cars out here running by themselves. They're going to have to quickly learn that's not going to work. You need a partner. You got to push yourself around here. This week in iRacing news, iRacing deployed a new build and deployed the brand new IndyCar just in time for the festivities this week coming up to the Indianapolis 500. The 98th running. We have the new DW12 car with the full body work. And I ran it for a few hours last night, and boy, it's a fun race car. So lots of iRacers rejoicing. An Indy car that's way past due, getting that. We got it, and it's a great driving machine. But this is the NASCAR race, so let's see what's going on. Crandall currently holds the pole. They were able to bump their times up even a little more. Currently 51.39. Stephen Hendren 51.40. And now Nick Reynolds slotted into third place in the number 54, 51.68. Josh Click fourth. Curtis Parker fifth. So I got a message that Mr. Marcus Pace in the 88 truck was going to grace us with his presence. It looks like he joined the room but has since disconnected. So I don't know if Marcus is going to plan on joining us. Yeah, Dustin Lee in the 51, Olive Hill Welding. He's also got Michelangelo's Painting, tonight's sponsor, on the back of that truck. I think the biggest surprise here is Lee and Gilbert and how they're not in the top 10. Usually we see these guys fighting for the pole every time. I can't even find the 51 in the running order here. He's so far down. 22nd for Dustin Lee. Damon Gilbert currently 20th. So they're out there on a run now. Let's see what they can do. 12 minutes to go here. Crandall and Hendren really got a great time up on the boards. I don't see anyone beating that. In NASCAR news, we got the NASCAR Hall of Fame voting happening this weekend. For the first time this year, the fans get to participate in the voting. So make sure to go to NASCAR.com and cast your ballot. My advice is there's a lot of current NASCAR personalities on that list, but there's also some people from the past that you might not be familiar with. Don't discount those people from the past. They certainly have contributed to build NASCAR what it is today, and might rightly deserve such recognition. Big old wreck here on the tri-oval. I'm trying to see what happened. Looks like Mike McCullough is spun around onto the track here. I'm not sure what Mike McCullough in the 66 is doing out there. But he spins out by himself and wrecks and causes a huge pileup down the front stretch. So Gilbert and Lee were able to get a good lap in, 51.63, bumping themselves up to third and fourth in the running order. So now it is Stephen Hendren, Crandall, Gilbert, Lee, Nick Reynolds. It's like Gilbert and Lee are going back out to make another run. Looks like Donald King and Rod Schloff are working together. Currently P6 and 7 coming around here trying to get a nice run and bump themselves up the order. They're about a half second off of the pole time. Let's see what they got. Coming down the backstretch, going into 3. Good point. So back to live action. 54 and 33 are hooked up. Let's check out iRacing's own Iron Man, Rod Romanus Sr. in the 33 Goodrich Service Plus. Pushing really hard on the 54 green Georgia truck. That's Nick Reynolds, who's currently P5, but Rod Romanus is P17. So Rod is certainly wanting to hook up with one of these faster trucks and bump himself into the top 10. Right behind Rod Romanus, Lee Ridge in the Tabasco Chevy Silverado. Haven't seen Lee Ridge out here lately, so we'll have to see what he's got tonight. Looks like Lee Ridge is trying to steal a lap from these guys, piggybacking on to the pair in front of him. Completely legal, and sometimes can help that front pair. These guys are moving around a lot, though, so I don't know how fast this lap's going to be. In other news, a lot of nervous iRacers preparing for tomorrow's Coca-Cola 600 and iRacing's premier NASCAR iRacing Series Open. 600 miles, I believe, is 400 laps at 1.5 miles. Charlotte Motor Speedway. I don't know if I'm ready. Boy, I need to brew a pot of coffee, I guess. Rod Romanus was not able to get his time any better, currently P20. Less than 7 minutes remain. Make sure to join us every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, on All Pro Racing. We broadcast on YouTube live. Make sure to join Facebook for all the alerts, videos, replays. Go to Facebook and search All Pro Racing. Big shout out also to Michelangelo's Painting. Ponying up some cash for tonight's winner. Down in the garage here before the broadcast, talking to some of the drivers, I ran into Mr. Don King, who is short on beer money. And the reason he showed up tonight is he's trying to win, so he has beer money for the week. So let's all cheer for Mr. Don King so he can get his Pabst Blue Ribbon. (16 and 33) cross the line again. Lee Ridge and Rod Romanus Sr. not able to advance their positions. In fact, Lee Ridge blows his motor up. Smoke billowing out all over the place. Let's not forget last week's pole sitter, Mr. Donald Jinks. I don't even see him in the top 20. He's currently P28, working with the 31 of Wyatt Montgomery. Pardon me, the 31 is Brian Corey, actually, the main performance Chevy Silverado. As they cross the line, let's see what Jinx has got. Still P28, so not good for Jinx. About 4 minutes left. Welcome to all our new drivers here at All Pro Racing. Make sure to join us on Facebook for all the alerts. About 3 minutes left here. Hendren Crandall still on the front row. Gilbert Lee third and fourth. No changes really in the top 10. All these guys desperate to get in the last run. And 4 there. Gregory Thompson out there on the track in the 08 play seat Chevy Silverado, being pushed by the 6 Jeff T. Martin. So they're currently 12th and 19th respectively, but they're getting ready to cross the line here and see if they can pump up. Oh, not able to advance their position. About 1 minute left here. Gotta love May. This is a great month of the year for race fans with the Indianapolis 500 coming up. Coca-Cola 600 coming up. The Monaco Grand Prix. Lots of iRacing opportunities this week too for long races. We already talked about the 600, which is being run tomorrow night, also being run Thursday night, and then Friday night is the Indy 500 in iRacing. That's a lot of miles, 1,700 miles in 3 days. Don't know if I can hack that. We'll see. Qualifying's over. I think if you're on a hot lap, you get to finish up. See if anyone is left out there that's on a hot one. Cecil Renee and Rodney Smith looks to be on one, but Dustin Lee ends the session in the fence. Checkered flag is out, so Stephen Hendren in the 003 is our pole sitter with a 51.182. Then Jeremy Crandall second, Dustin Lee third, Damon Gilbert fourth, Nick Reynolds fifth. Big surprise of the night certainly is Donald Jinks back in P20. Last week's pole sitter. Now we're getting ready to grid. So Steve Hendren and the Goodwrench Service Plus Chevy Silverado 003 truck on the pole. On his outside, hasn't gridded yet, Jeremy Crandall in the George Bark Racing machine. There he is. Spark competition, Chevy Silverado. On the third spot, Dustin Lee, Olive Hills Welding. On the fourth spot, Damon Gilbert, Kart City Performance. Nice looking paint job. Nick Reynolds is going to start fifth. Mike Wheeler sixth. Stephen Earp, run with us several times, running the Carolina 53, will be starting seventh. Cecil Rene running some new paint out here this week. Done Right, QC Coatings, Go Fast, look good doing it, Chevy Silverado. Starting ninth, Rodney Smith in the Led Zeppelin truck. Interesting news this week, Led Zeppelin has announced a remastered high-resolution digital audio version of Led Zeppelin 4. Very tempted to buy that, but yeah, 35 Rodney Smith out there sporting the colors. Logan St. John in the 21 starting 10th in the Domino's Pizza Chevy Silverado. Ike Hilton in the 00 will be starting 11th in the Junior Motorsports American Racing Chevy Silverado. All Pro Racing's part-time entry, the 23 truck, Napa Auto Parts, Mr. Donald King. Rod Schaff starting in the 13th spot in the number 13 Mellow Yellow truck. Gregory Thompson in the 08 place seat Chevy Silverado starting 14th. Curtis Parker in the 14th spot, number 14 truck, starting in the Junior Motorsports. Jeff T. Martin in the 6th, starting 16th. RednecksRacing.com. Lee Ridge 17th. Tabasco Silverado. Cody Griffin starting the 18th spot in the Cody Griffin Inc. truck. Josh Click 19th. Sundrop Chevy Silverado. Rounding out the top 20, Donald Jinks in the Goodwrench Service Plus Earnhardt Special. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. We got quite a lineup tonight. A bunch of great drivers. I expect great racing. Pace car lights are off. We're having tryouts for announcers to join me in the booth. If you're interested, make sure to contact Michael D'Amico. Pace car's off. Steven Hendrick brings him down. Green, green, green. And he immediately pulls up to pick up his teammate on the upper side, leaving Dustin Lee at the bottom. Nick Reynolds doesn't want any part of that. He's pushing on Dustin Lee, trying to keep that spot. But Crandall, they're clear. Will they pull down here with Hendrick and Crandall? And they got the lead. There you go. A lot of moving around going on here. Whoa, and Damon Gilbert slides it way down to the inside, right in front of his teammate. So the front pair breaking away a little bit here. Hendren and Crandall. Kind of surprised not to see George Clark in the race tonight. He's usually in here. But Stephen Hendren certainly filling that spot as the teammate for Jeremy Crandall. Outside lane's coming a little bit. We got the 42, Mike Wheeler, and the 64 of Cecil Rene out there. Cecil pushing really hard. Surprisingly, the front pair go up high to switch, I think. I don't know what they're doing. Looks like the 42 is in the wall. Don't know what's going on with the front pair, but we have a new leader. Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert take the lead. I kind of think Stephen Hendry kind of panicked there. He went way up high, and now they're losing all kinds of track position. They're 3 wide on the outside here. Whoa, as a 16 of Lee Ridge forces the issue there on Mike Wheeler. That Mike Wheeler's got some damage now. Lee Ridge kind of forcing himself in there. Not sure there was a lane there for him to do that with. Up front, Gilbert and Lee have the bottom. Cecil Rene and Stephen Earp on the outside, fighting for the lead there. And then Nick Reynolds kind of on his own, sitting there in 5th, just riding on the bottom. Stephen Earp dives down to the bottom, leaves Cecil Rene outside there to hung to dry. We'll see if Cecil picks up Lee Ridge on the outside. And that didn't take long. Lee Ridge wrecked them all. And then somebody comes back up the track. We're still green somehow. We're still green. Wow, what a save. Let's take a replay on Mr. Lee Ridge in the 16. A couple questionable moves he's pulled so far, in my opinion. Pretty early to be doing some side drafting. I saw him doing it earlier. But let's see what happens. He tries to shove it in there between the 35 and 64. And just like before, there just wasn't room. So let's get back to live action up front. Damon Gilbert, Dustin Lee continue to lead. But now on the outside, we got the 54 of Nick Reynolds working with the 53 of Stephen Earp. The third pair, 21 and 23 of Logan St. John. We haven't called him out with Donald King. Wow, Don's almost in the top 5. Not bad for a part-timer. 3 wide here. Can they hold it together? Good driving. Well, the 21 pulls out on his own there. No help at all. Don King's like, no way, I'm going with him. So the pack is really strung out after that big wreck there. So didn't cause a caution, surprisingly. We're on lap 7 of 50. And I'd be happy with no cautions. We'll see how these guys race. Okay, there's about to wreck here for 4th spot. The 53 of Stephen Earp and Nick Reynolds in the 54. Stephen Earp has zero help on the outside there, and he's trying to side draft. It's not really working. The other problem here is the 54 is pushing on Don King. Don has nowhere to go. 3 wide now. A lot of radio chatter out there. We got a new leader, 53, Stephen Earp, the Carolina. The 003 Stephen Hendrick just pushed him up there, but obviously he was hot, had to give up. Caution, we're under caution. Let's see if we can find where the caution is. It looks like the 28 is involved. So let's take a replay of Brian Barden in the 28. Well, the 18 and 28 get together all by themselves out there. I don't know what in the world that is. The 18 is kind of slow here. The 28's obviously going around the 18. Gives them a lot of room, goes clear down to the bottom, but the 18 wrecks him anyway. I don't know what that's about, Dave MacArthur in the 18. That'll settle that. Tower has pulled the 18's license, and the 18 is gone. No sense wrecking people. If you can't, we can all race here 3 wide, but if you can't let a guy just go by without wrecking him, we don't want you in the room. Let's catch up with the leaders here, live action. Let's see what they do as they approach pit lane. Lap 10. Damon top 3 stay out. Donald King pits. So the double, Stephen Hendren is in with Donald King as well. As these guys are coming down, looks like fuel only. It looks like Hendren's going to win the race off pit road. Donald King has a slow stop, comes off second. Looks like the 4 of Donald Jinks is off third, and then followed by Jonas Hankins fourth. So some split strategy here should make it interesting. Normally this is where I interview our leader, but Damon Gilbert needs a new microphone. So if you'd like to donate some money to help Damon Gilbert buy a new microphone, make sure to hit him up after the race. Let's pick up Dustin Lee, though, in second.
Hey, it's Mike Ellis up in the booth calling Dustin Lee in the 51.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, normally I'd speak to the race leader, but he needs a new microphone, so we're trying to raise some funds for Mr. Gilbert there so he can buy a new one. But, hey, you guys are out front. You decided to stay out there. What's the strategy?
Yeah, this is a little miscommunication. We were going to pit, but we're just going to stay out now and see how the cards are played.
Well, you weren't the only ones, so a few of them stayed out with you, but it's still early, so it might shake out just fine. Good luck. We'll be watching.
10-4. We'll try to keep it up front.
Well, there you go. So Damon Gilbert showing new colors this week, the Cart City colors. Coming around to 1 to go, I believe. Let's see if the pace car lights go off. They do. Let's see if we can get another interview in here. I'm going to talk to 5th place runner, number 21, Logan St. John.
Just on the outside, I jumped the very lead, and all of a sudden you just went back to the bottom.
Mike in the booth, we're going to try to get one more interview here. Logan St. John and 21, you got me?
Wreck.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, as somebody stated, it looks like we're wrecking under caution at the back of the field. I'm glad you're not back there, but hey, you're running in the top 5. I haven't seen you in our races too much, but welcome. And how's your truck out there?
Good. I'm trying Edward's setup. I changed a couple of things on it right before we went to the race, and it seems like it's working out real well.
All right, good luck. We'll see if we can keep it up there.
Thank you.
So they were wrecking under caution. I don't know what happened back there. A huge checkup with the 58 of Allison Pacheco caused that. A couple guys got some damage, but we're still going to go green here. Pace car's off. And they're up against the wall. Single file restarts. Means one less lap of caution when we have cautions. Looks like these guys are having a hard time in the back getting lined up. But we're green. You cannot pass to the left. I just saw somebody back there try to do that. Being black flags for sure handed out. What a cluster. So we got a pretty scattered start. Front 4. And now Earp and Reynolds go to the outside, try to take the lead here from Lee and Gilbert. Black flag all around. That's why you got to stay up against the wall. You cannot go down to the left. Learn your racecraft, people. These guys are pushing, going to get hot here pretty soon. Pretty early. You don't want to blow your engine. These front 2 pairs be smart. Line up and kind of pull away from everybody else. They already got a good gap to the next pair. And there they call it on the radio. Let's fall in line. And now the 3rd pair is catching up. Let's do a field run through here, and let's take a look at some paint jobs. We can zoom in. Damon Gilbert running 2nd, the Cart City colors. Dustin Lee second, Olive Hill Welding. Getting passed right now by Stephen Hendren in the Goodwrench Service Plus red and blue colors. Dustin Lee flirting with that apron. You got to be careful. That's not where you want to be. Looks like Crandall might be able to push Hendren clear to the lead here. Side by side as they come to the line. Too close to even call. And Crandall's hot. They switch. As they encounter lap traffic, the 6 is going down a lap. We currently have 34 cars on the lead lap, actually 33. So Jeff T. Martin goes down a lap. As Hendren and Crandall have switched, and now Hendren is pushing. Now the difference is Hendren's not hot, but Dustin Lee on the bottom is already hot from been pushing. They're probably going to get clear here. They're really close. Dustin Lee has been trying to win one of these races, and it seems like he's either going to win or he's going to wreck. Checkers or wreckers. Dustin Lee backs off just a little bit, but boy, he has got to be hot by now. Pushing his guts out, trying to keep them on the bottom here. These three pairs are going to switch again, it looks like, and it looks like they're going to get clear here. Hendren is clear, he pulls it down. Great driving. So Dustin Lee didn't get it done there. So it's like a chess match. You've got to figure out where you want to be. Do you want to be the front pair? You want to be the second pair, the third pair? Now Gilbert Lee back to fifth and sixth. As the 53 and 54 are trying on the outside for the lead now, but decide to duck back into the line. Another lap car going down a lap. Up front, we got Crandall being pushed by Stephen Hendren. Lots of good old-fashioned pushing in the top two as Damon Gilbert, Dustin Lee decide just to ride it in the fifth and sixth there. And we got another pair entering the picture here as the field starts to pack back up. And wow, the 53 and 54, Stephen Earp and Nick Reynolds. No love lost there. as they separate and Reynolds goes straight to the back. So it looks like those guys are looking for some new partners. So we got them all lined up here. Lots of checking going on because they're lined up. Finally, somebody pulls up to the outside. The 08, Gregory Thompson. We haven't called his name tonight. Nice to have Gregory in the race. I used to race with Gregory quite a bit about a year or so ago. I haven't seen him around lately. Nice to see Greg in the race. Welcome. Being pushed by the 54, Nick Reynolds. Nick has got some damage there on the left rear. I think there is one reset out there for these guys, but so far, a lot of them haven't had to use it. Well, they were packed up for a moment. Now they're kind of spreading out here as Hendricks pushing on Crandall, trying to break away. Watched the NASCAR All-Star race this last Saturday. Some of the best racing I've ever seen at the end of that All-Star race. Jamie McMurray passing on the outside of Carl Edwards to win it there on the last segment. It's some of the best racing I've ever seen, and getting it done on the outside, boy, that's tough. But it was a classic move, very well executed. Congratulations to Jamie McMurray and Chip Ganassi Racing. Nice to see that team rejuvenated a bit with the young Kyle Larson. Oh, and somebody pulls off to pit. Several cars. We got three on the pit road here this time by. That was Nick Reynolds in the 54, along with the 16, Lee Ridge is out of gas, I hear on the radio. The 42 is in the pit, getting fuel only. 54 is rolling back off. And now Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert are going to peel off, currently running 4th, 5th. So them not pitting apparently was not a good idea. Now they're pitting before everybody else. Cover these stops. Lee and Gilbert pit, as well as Stephen Earp in the 53. And all the other cars come streaming by. All these guys looks like fuel only, no tires. Oh, Stephen Earps misses his pit, has to back up. So Lee Ridge is out there coasting around at about 10 miles an hour, pulls it down to the apron and on the grass here. And now the caution comes out. So who brought out the caution? Lee Ridge takes it behind the wall. I can't figure out what the caution was for. I think it was because Lee Ridge pulled over and stopped. So we'll have to see how this shakes out in the middle of green flag stops. Does not look like those guys were caught a lap down, thankfully. So it looks like Jeremy Crandall was scored our leader that time by Stephen Hendren. Well, Lee Ridge not having a really good comeback there. Caused one caution, almost caused another, and then he caused the final caution right before he left. So not very pretty, Lee. As all of our leaders pit. A few lap cars stay out, but it looks like everybody down this time. I'll have to see if anyone got caught a lap down or not. Everyone getting fuel only. Something happened to Dom King in the pits. He's sideways. Let's see, we'll take a replay on Mr. King going into the pits. He's on the outside of the 15. He turns down. The 15 turns him, and they hit the 08 who was in front of them. 3 cars come together. Boy, what a cluster. As it's rookie time on pit road. All right, let's see if we can reset the field here. Looking at the pace car here, we got a few lap cars behind the pace car trying to get a wave by. Looks like the 58 of Allison Pichero, Jeff T. Martin, and Shad March in the 36. So 3 cars trying to get back on the lead lap. They'll get the wave around here when they get to the line. Well, it looks like the 58 decided to pit instead. Probably needs fuel. So the 36 is going to get the wave around the 6. And it looks like Gary Moore is going to be our leader when this shakes out. Yes, Gary Moore in the 57. So we haven't talked to him about Gary, but here he is, leads the race. Sponsorless truck. Gary Moore needs a sponsor. So Gary Moore first, Damon Gilbert second, Dustin Lee third, Stephen Hendren fourth, Jeremy Crandall fifth, Rodney Smith in the Led Zeppelin truck sixth, Brian Barton seventh. We haven't talked about Brian. He's in the NVIDIA truck, number 28, running seventh. Curtis Parker, we haven't talked about him either. Junior Motorsports Chevy Silverado running eighth. Edward Smith in the 9th spot, and Logan St. John in 10th. So pace car lights are off. We didn't get time for an interview this time. Was concerned about getting some of those drivers off the track so we don't have these cautions anymore. 23 laps to go. I guess I'm wondering, where did Rod Romana Sr. go? He's back in 29th, one of the last cars in this row. So what happened to him? And don't forget the people that had to pit under green there, like Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee. Worked out good for them. Pace car's off here. I'm getting some flashing with the leader. And we're green. And it's a real funky start. At the top 8 or 9 are all spread out. And they're all bottled up way back here for 9th spot. Some kind of horrible restart. As the leader keeps bouncing in and out. But he has no help as Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee try to go around him here. And Crandall and Hendren want to go around him too, and they almost touch. I'm going to have to remove Gary Moore if he keeps flashing like that. If he gets in heavy traffic, we will remove him for everyone else's safety.
Lincoln's really bad up here.
Yeah, it's gonna cause wreck.
That takes care of that. Unfortunately, Gary Moore, you were
Hey,
blinking too much there and had to be removed for the safety of the race. Come race with us again, Gary.
Coming out.
All right, so let's reset here.
Successfully raised out
Randall and Hendren are up front, leading this race.
My squad is correct.
00, I was up there, man.
You cutting out, man. I can't hear you.
Caution is out. Not sure what happened here. Checking Rod Romanus Sr. involved, about 5-6 trucks involved. Take a replay of the 33, Rod Romanus Sr. The 00 involved. They're 3 wide. Rod is on the outside, the 00 on the inside. And the 00 moving around a little bit. And he just goes up into the upper lane, but Rod was there. He comes down and clips the 43. The 43 comes across and takes out the 64, the 38, the 19 involved. A lot of trucks. So tough break for everyone involved. Don't know if those guys have used up their resets or not. All right, let's see if we can reset here. What's going on? We're going to cover pit stops here first. I'm trying to figure out who's leading this race. Looks like it's Hendren and Crandall. They finally catch the pace car, and they bring it to pit road. Gilbert and Lee stay out. 35 stays out. Rodney Smith. So it looks like these guys are coming in to top off, perhaps 19 to go. Don't know if they need this or not, but looks like they might have been caught off guard as everyone else stays out. So Led Zeppelin truck to the point. Let's see if we can get an interview with Rodney Smith, our leader.
Our leader. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, Mike, go ahead.
Well, gotta love that Led Zeppelin truck to start with. News is Led Zeppelin released this week some high-resolution audio tracks from their 4th album. Real excited about that. But hey, you're leading the race. Tell us about your truck and how'd you got to the lead?
Well, the truck, it's just a tribute to Zeppelin, of course. And yeah, I know all about the new stuff, kind of old, whatever you want to call it, coming back out. And anyway, this race has been kind of crazy. Started 9th, got up to about 7th, 8th, knocked back to 33rd, back to 8th, and now 1st. So we'll see what happens.
Well,
you might just win the award for passing the most trucks. We'll have to see. Good luck out there. We'll be watching.
Yeah, 10-4. I appreciate everybody that's kind of helped me get up here, so good luck, everybody.
All right, next interview is Rod Romana Sr. Shout out to Rod. Pushed me to the win last night. Thanks, Rod, for that. Unfortunately, looks like you were caught up in that caution. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, I've been caught up in a couple of them here, Mike. I don't know. I was going through the high side there. 00 came up. We got together. Went sliding down through the infield.
Well, yeah, caught up about 5 or 6 trucks there. Did you get your reset, or are you good to go?
Yeah, I think I'm good to go now.
Well, we'll have to see. If we get another caution, you're racing for the lucky dog. Looks like there's 4 cars racing for that lucky dog. Get up there and get it.
10-4, Mike.
all right, there you have it. Rod
Sorry,
Romana
Donald, I
Sr.,
didn't mean to cut
the
that.
iRacing's old Iron Man, out there trying to get it done and running tail end on this field. See if he can get that lucky dog. Cautions breed cautions, you never know. Pace car lights are out. "17 laps to go." 13 lead changes with 3 cautions. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Make sure to follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Cash to the winner every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We've had some great racing up front, and with 17 laps to go, we're coming down to the wire. Where do these guys want to be? Now, we got Rodney Smith up there by himself without a partner. Gilbert and Lee, 2nd and 3rd. We know they work together. Then Brian Barton, Curtis Parker, 4th and 5th. My name's Mike Ellis, Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. So let's see if they go up against the wall again here for this restart. Pace car lights are out. Oh, how fitting. Led Zeppelin truck brings them down. Go out there and get you some high resolution quality audio tracks. Green flag. They weren't up against the wall there. But they all get away with it. The single file restart kind of spreads them out to start with, but then they'll come back together usually. So top 3 pretty much out there by themselves here. 4th kind of running by himself, Brian Barton. Kind of surprised that Gilbert, if not in the dust. I guess they're content with riding right now. It's not a bad strategy, you know. Get out front, they got to push, and then they get hot. Save their engine, save that cooling for the end. Well, one car down on the apron. Back in 7th, I believe that's Cody Griffin. So I haven't seen Donald Jinks in the top 10 at all. That's kind of surprising. Donald King back in 21st. You know, Talladega, you know, people always say, don't worry about where you qualify and this and that, but track position is huge. If you're back in 20-something, you're not going to win this race at this point. You've got to be up in the top 5 or so to be able to contend for the win here. 14 to go. Oh, we got a wreck. See if I can figure out what happened. Let's take a replay. Oh, yellow's out now. It was Curtis Parker. Josh Click in the 34. Spun around. It looks like the 91 got underneath him and basically turned him. Jeff J. Rogers. Now the 34 was leaving a little bit of a gain lane there, but it wasn't much. Boy, that wasn't very cool. That was not a good move. It's a shame, though, that the yellow had to come out like that. Looks like Rod Romanus did not get the lucky dog. Mike McCullough is shown as a lucky dog recipient. So Josh Click getting caught up there. Very questionable move by Jeff J. Rogers in the 91. And what happened later was Jeff J. Yeah, the 54, there was another wreck. Wow, the Nick Reynolds. Nick Reynolds was pushing on the 53 of Stephen Erb as they come up on, looks like Edward Smith, and they turn each other and it is on. There's a bunch of cars involved in that one. Donald King caught up. Rod Romanus Sr. caught up. I can't even keep up with all these wrecks. So a lot of people tore up here. So it looks like from 15th on back, pretty tore up. Looking at Jade Barch in the 36 running 15th, his front end all tore up. Double zeros out there on track all tore up as well. Ike Hilton. Gregory Thompson sits on pit road, heavily damaged, getting repairs. Obviously out of resets. So 4 cars sitting on pit road right now trying to get repairs. 20 cars on the lead lap. Leaders did not pit. Let's see if we can get an interview with some of these guys that were caught up. I think I'm going to talk to Nick Reynolds.
I actually waved to the guy as I was going by.
So Mike Ellis in the booth for Nick Reynolds in the 54.
Yeah, let's go on.
So you look pretty tore up there. Tell us what happened.
I don't know. I pushed the 53 and everybody got kind of sideways there. I don't know what really happened.
All right, well, come race next time. Tough luck seeing you tore up like that.
53 down, buddy. Ain't out.
All right, pace car lights are off. We're on the backstretch. $11 laps to go. 20 cars on the lead lap. Rodney Smith, your leader. I think I don't think we were issued a lucky dog that time. Whoever was the recipient might have been caught up in it. A lot of cars caught up. Yeah, part of the lucky dog recipient rules are you cannot be involved in the incident at all, including any 0Xs or incidents of any kind. So if you're pushing on somebody and have one of those at the moment of caution, you could lose your lucky dog. So it's good to be aware of that if you're racing for that lucky dog spot. Pace car's off. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. You guys are sleeping here on the start, checking up. Green flag. What a cluster again for a start. These guys are not prepared. As Rodney Smith gets a huge jump on everybody else here, that's not always a good thing. Gilbert and Lee in second and third. Brian Barden shown in fourth. Curtis Parker fifth. 10 laps to go. And here we go. Gilbert and Lee going to the outside around Mr. Rodney Smith. And they make it look real easy. They blow right by. Now Brian Barton hooking up with Mr. Rodney Smith. So good to see them getting some help each other there, perhaps. As these guys are fighting for third, we got 3 pairs fighting for third as Gilbert and Lee just walk away from them. And Barton takes it to the middle there. Guys are moving around a lot in that upper lane. So close to wrecking. Oh, they do. Rodney Smith pulled down and thought twice about it. Let's take a replay of the 35 Led Zeppelin truck. Our leader, he starts to come down, but then he comes back up, thinks twice about it, but his partner's already on the outside, and they turn. The 14 involved heavy contact. Looks like, oh, a couple other cars got involved there. Who was that? Pink, purplish car. Yeah, take a replay of 91. You're right, Jeff J. Rogers. Boy, this truck took a tumble. He was trying to get through there, and he plowed right into the 14. Ends up upside down, up against the fence, on top of the safer barrier. And takes it behind the wall. 8 laps to go. Leaders just past pit road. Everyone's staying out. So let's pull up an interview here with Mr. Cody Griffith. Looks like he's up to third with Greg Snellgrove in fourth.
With that push that you gave me, that I was able to just drop it down in there and go.
I'm out.
Let's get an driver interview here.
Too long in the pits here.
Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for 22, Cody Griffin.
Yes, sir, we got you.
Well, there you go. You made it to the top 3. Show a little damage on the truck. Left rear pushed in a little. Front spoiler kind of pushed up in the air a little. Are you okay? And do you have enough to fight these guys for the win?
Well, these guys up front, they ain't messing around. They're really tough. We all got really lucky missing that wreck, especially me. They cut over right in front of me. I just got luck. Good Lord was watching after me, and I got a little push in. I guess that's from the damage. A little tight going in, but other than that, I'm good. So we're going to give it a shot here and see what we got. Got to thank my sponsor, American Innovation Products, Food Line. Guys, great job on this truck.
All right, we'll be watching, Cody. Let's pick up another interview. Donald Jinks, 7th spot. You got?
Yeah, I got you, Mike.
Well, first time I've seen you in the top 10. Looks like you've been struggling most of the day, but you're up here in the front where it counts. Finally here at the end.
Yeah, it's a little slow on restarts. You know, I get up, take to somebody, and it's like they check up. So
yeah, I've seen a lot of action on the restarts, and I think it's really just everyone's not paying attention to what's going on, and some people are caught off guard.
yeah, and they check up. You know, I have to check up to your ad or get a black flag. So
All right, well, see if you can get it to the top 5. Good luck. We'll be watching.
I'm going for a top 1.
All right, well, there you have it. Got what other sport can you talk to the participants during the event? Not really football, baseball, basketball. How about auto racing? Lots of new changes. Got myself a new paint job. running the Toyota Camry in the Gen 6 Cup car now. Turn to my old friend, Australian's own, who runs a company called The Paint Booth, Adam Maxwell. Painted up my Tide Ride. Looks pretty sharp. Make sure to look for it out there. Got pictures up on Facebook, so if you want to check it out, find me over there. Lots of good paints going on here, including a brand new one out front, Damon Gilbert in the Cart City Chevy Silverado. So look at this restart, everybody, and you can tell me what's wrong with it. We got the leader up high, second place down low, third place down low, fourth place up high, and yeah, this is why these guys always end up stacked up. That you got to be consistent. You got to not leave gaps. And this finally, they look like they got a nice lineup here. Green flag, and yeah, this is a great restart. They stay pretty much together. But right off the bat, Lee's trying to push and get a gap. Oh, we got a caution in the back. Looks like Stephen Earp involved. 11 involved. Let's take a replay of the 11 truck here, going down into one. He takes it into the middle there. Whoa, and it looks like the 64 just hits his bumper a little and kind of shoots him down. He saves it, but comes back up into Earp, and Earp goes up to miss him. Runs into the 36 who was there, who runs into the 20 who was there, and that's what happens when you're 4 and 5 wide. So caution, precaution, but I don't know if we're going to end under green or not at this point. Not seeing them wreck up front. We're seeing them wreck in the back. So now 15 cars on the lead lap here. We might be done. Coming to, I believe, 3 to go. Not sure if we're going to go green or not. We'll have to figure this out. Make sure to join us every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Super Speedway Series. Nobody's on pit road. Everybody stays out. So who's going to take home the cash tonight? One lap shootout, I hear. So we are going to go get back green. Let's pick up an interview. We haven't talked to the 81. Let's see if we can get him.
Mike Ellis up in the booth for the 81 Snellgrove. You got me?
Yes, I do, good sir.
All right, well, there you sit, top 5. You haven't been up there too much today, but you're in the right spot at the right time. You got anything for these guys?
I'm hoping I got something. I'm just going to see if I can get out front, get the win, but I don't know. See what happens.
Well, I tell you what, you guys looked really good on that last restart. Everyone paying attention, everyone lined up good on the outside. If we can get another good restart, that might be the ticket. We'll be watching. Good luck.
836.
We had a lucky dog there. I didn't see who that was. I think it was Mike McCullough, perhaps. So let's talk about who else is in this race. We talked to Cody Griffin in third. We talked to Greg Snellgrove in fourth. Hendren and Crandall, fifth and sixth. These guys have been running top 5 all night. But now here they are with 1 to go. And I don't know if they're close enough to the front to do anything. Let's see if we can pick up an interview with them. Probably, let's talk to Mr. Hendren. Steve Hendren, the 003.
No big deal.
Hey, Mike Ellis up in the booth for Stephen Hendren, 003.
How's it going?
Well, you and Jeremy Crandall have been pretty much top 5 most of the night, but here we are with 1 to go. I'm afraid you might be too far back. You think you got anything?
We don't get blocked. We've been the fastest truck.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have certainly been one of the pairs in contention all night. Good luck out there to you and Crandall. Let's see if you can get it done.
Looking farther back, the next pair back is Jinx, all pro racing zone. Donald Jinx, Jonas Hankins are finally nose to tail. Maybe they currently running 7th and 8th. Logan St. John in 9th and Mike Wheeler in 10th. Somebody pulls their engine at the back, pulls it down. Don't think it's going to affect us going green. I hope not. These car lights are off. You're Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee at the front. What do you do here on the start to snooker these guys? And I tell you what, if you're the 22 or the 81, you better be up on that wheel ready to go. Look at Dustin Lee laying back. This is the play. He's laying back just a little bit. Let's see how it plays out. Pace car is off. Green and white, buckle up, Buttercup. Lee gets a great start. Whoa, something's wrong with Lee. He missed a gear or something. Don't know what happened to Lee, but Gilbert is on his own as the 81 and the 22 are coming. And they push Gilbert up out of the way almost. They don't go around. And meanwhile, the double 03 and 73 are on the outside. They take the lead as they push Gilbert out finally. The 22 is pushing on Gilbert. Cody Griffin got enough that, I don't know, Crandall and Hendren are going to get it done from 5th and 6th. Unbelievable. We just talked to Hendren. He said they're the fastest truck out there, and they just proved it. Checkered flag. Great racing there at the end. Let's take a replay. I think the move of the race there was Dustin Lee missing a gear or whatever happened to him. Really opened up the race for these other pairs. Let's see if we get an interview with our winners.
Hey, Stephen Hendren, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do. I'm doing some donuts.
All right, well, you were right. You were the fastest truck, and you guys pushed your way on up there and earned it, starting from 5th and 6th spot with 1 lap to go. Wow, I was thinking it couldn't be done, but you proved me wrong.
Yeah, I just knew with us hooked up together that we were pretty much unstoppable. We played it safe that race with all our pit stops.
All right, well, hey, great run. Congratulations. Who do you want to thank or say hi to?
I'll thank Jeremy Crandall and say hi to Roderonimus.
All right. Congratulations. Let's pick up Jeremy Crandall in the 73. Hey, co-winner, right?
He earned it. He made the right move at the right time. Glad for him. It's fun to work with him. A real smooth driver.
Yeah, we're used to seeing you out there every week working with Mr. George Bark. Didn't see Mr. Bark tonight, but obviously you found a great partner in Stephen Hendren. You guys pull off the win, 1-2. Congratulations. Do you have anybody you want to say hi to or thank?
I just thank everybody that's left playing racing with the group. Been a race that hard. And you guys for putting this thing on. For putting this thing on.
All right, well, thanks, Crandall and Hendren. Let's talk to third place. I promised I wasn't going to talk to third place Damon Gilbert because he needs a new microphone, but let's try. Are you out there, Damon?
Exactly.
Okay, Dustin, we'll pick you up since he's out. Dustin, you guys had the win in the bag, I thought, but something happened to you on the restart. What in the world happened?
Yeah, I went to switch to fourth gear there, and it wasn't there. And by the time I got it in gear, it was pretty much done at that deal, or at that point. But I seriously don't believe that, it's a shift there. I don't think we'd have been beat. But hey, it's how it works sometimes, and we'll be back next week.
Well, as they say, it's never over till the fat lady sings.
That is correct.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. All Pro Racing, great finish. We saw some good racing there at the end, that final restart.
Burn it down, Steven.
Let's take a look at our final results. Stephen Hendren, Jeremy Crandall working together, bring home the win from the 5th and 6th spot on that restart. That was impressive. Obviously had some help with Dustin Lee missing a gear, but they earned it. And they were fast. They deserved it. They were running top 5 most of the race. So Damon Gilbert brings it home third, somehow holds on to position, even though he lost his teammate there. Cody Griffin fourth, Donald Jinks, and Jonas Hankins got a couple more spots up to 5th and 6th there. Snellgrove 7th, St. John 8th, Mike Wheeler 9th, Dustin Lee 10th, Shade Barch in 11th, Josh Click 12th, Cecil Renee 13th, 13 cars on the lead lap. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico's in the booth. Thanks for joining us for All Pro Racing. Make sure to hit us up next week. Take care.